March 6th is my dog's birthday. To celebrate, I decided to buy her a little treat. So here she is, enjoying her first ever doggy donut that I bought from the pet store. All right, so we survived the birthday party. Really, the clip that I showed you was pretty much the party. We did go to a dog trainer who supports the idea of us doing agility, which is super exciting. And she herself doesn't do agility training, but she recommended a few people that she knows that are apparently really good and are competitive in the Canadian agility circuit. So that's super exciting. And I guess to elaborate a little bit on my foot ankle situation. So I have sprained my ankle, not a terrible sprain. I'm still able to walk, I'm still able to move around, still able to walk the dog. So, it is what it is. I'm optimistic for a pretty quick recovery. I am, yeah, like I said, up and going right now, but it's a little painful at times, and I have to walk a lot slower than normal, which is tricky when you have a 2-year-old dog who just wants to go, 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 go. Um, yeah. Anyways, I wanted to take this opportunity to talk about some other things that I'm interested in and actually talk to the camera, which is something that I'm trying to get more used to doing. And so I thought this would be a good opportunity to do that. And I'm going to start with something that I've been really enjoying lately. I've touched on this a little bit in previous videos, but I really enjoy role-playing games. And I've mentioned that at least once, but I haven't really talked about the games that I play, so I thought I would talk about that today. So I've got one game that I'm currently playing. It's called Tangled Blessings by Cassie Mothwin. This game is awesome. It's dark academia, Harry Potter-esque, um, and it's a solo or a two-player journaling game. So if you're playing the two-player mode, it's basically just writing letters back and forth. I'm playing it solo, and I'm having such a good time. So basically, I'll just read I'll read the blurb on the back. So on the eve of your final exam at Blackroot Academy, a magical college for adults, what mysteries, secrets, dangers, friends, and ghosts will you recall from your last 4 years of schooling? Find out and challenge your rival in one last magic duel. And while the back cover copy uses the word rival, it's not actually necessarily a rival in the the sense of the rival is a foe. The rival could also be a lover, it could be a friend, it could be basically anyone other than your character. Um, so my character is Gwenny, and it just, I don't know, it's super fun to come up with a character and then play through a story that you kind of make up as you go along with the help of tarot cards. Um, yeah, and this book is really nicely laid out. There's some art, there's a map, tables, all of that fun stuff. So on that note, I thought I would kind of quickly show you guys how I set up my games. This is definitely not the only way to set up a game, but if you have no idea what I'm talking about, sometimes I find, anyways, it's helpful to see how someone else does something so you can kind of get some ideas how to do things and make your own modifications as you get more comfortable with things. So that said, I will be switching the view, so you'll be looking down at the table and seeing how I play this game. All right, bye. I already came up with a backstory for my character. Her name is Gwenny Thornbuck. She's in her early 20s. She's living with her partner, and one day she starts having these dreams. It's like July, and she's having these dreams about this gemstone. And over the course of a few weeks, the gemstone starts talking to her, and she's like, this is kind of strange. And then she starts astral projecting in her dreams, and she starts picking up this rock. And when she picks up the rock starts to talk to her. And at first, she doesn't really understand what it's saying because it's all like Charlie Brown teacher talk, that kind of warbled voice. After a while, she starts to understand more and more. Like, the more time she spends with this rock, she understands that it's talking to her and it's saying Black Root Academy. And then one morning, she wakes up and her partner's in the shower. This envelope appears and is addressed to her, so she picks it up, she opens it, and it is a acceptance letter from Black Root Academy, which is strange because she never actually applied to go there, but she got this letter. And she's intrigued enough that she decides pretty much instantly, cool, I could have magic powers, and this school's gonna help me develop those magic powers, which in reality would probably be a scam. So part of the dealio is that she's got to be real secretive about what she's doing. So she can't tell her partner because her partner has not been invited to go to magic school. So she comes up with this idea that she's going to become a performer on a cruise ship because, hey, they get lots of breaks, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know the cruise industry at all. So I could be totally wrong. But let's just say that I'm right. She gets time off in the summer and she gets time off at Christmas time, which probably isn't how it works. But hey, like I said, this is just how I'm going to go with this. So she goes to this school. And that's my character's backstory. So she's now off to Blackroot. And right now on the screen, what I'm doing is I'm using the tarot cards to determine certain things about the game. So I've got tarot cards determining the house that I'm in, the house that my rival is in, and then there's a few other tarot cards I need to draw throughout the game. So each year there's a different suit attributed to the year. So of course there's 4 years of college. There's 4 suits in the tarot. So for the first year, you use the wands. And these cards represent 3 major things that occur in that year. So I like these kinds of games because they're really creative and I find sometimes when I'm in a creative rut, these are a really great way for me to get out of that rut. So I really appreciate that. I also really enjoy coming up with characters and creating backstories and then seeing where the game takes my character and what happens to them. Another thing that I really enjoy about these games is that it's a way of relaxing and not relaxing in front of a screen. Now, I do buy some of the games in PDF format, so I am kind of looking at a screen, but the screen is not the main focus. It's just a reference to make sure that I'm staying on track with my game.